Welcome back to the pits. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about playing iRacing on controller and the one simple trick that I use to make that more bearable. I used to play it without this tool, and it was very hard, and it hurt my fingers. So hopefully this will save your fingies. Hopefully it'll kind of help you get a bit smoother. And yeah, like I say, it's literally all it is one tool, and I'll take you through how to use that, how to set up, and hopefully this will make all those other guides obsolete. So yeah, sorry guys, but a lot of the a lot of the guides that I've found show you like the basic setup, and that's about it. And it's like, thanks guys, I knew how to set up. Anyway, doesn't matter. This is TrueAxis. Okay, so this is the program that I use to play iRacing. So there's two versions of TrueAxis. It might be outdated by now, I don't know. There's the standard version, and there's, as you can see below, the advanced version. You will need the advanced version for this to work, because the setting that we're going to be using today, as far as I'm aware, is not in the normal version. Maybe it's updated by now. I'll have a look. It'll be in the description. So if you're like me and you've got your controller plugged in, maybe you had it turned off at first, whatever, that's fine. Sometimes I do this, and this will be the case. You might have no devices found. All you have to do, hit the little refresh button. Should pop up. If it doesn't pop up, you probably have bigger issues than I can help you with. Go on Reddit. I don't know. You can figure that out yourself. Sorry, but I can't help you with all your problems. Okay, only some. So, as we can see, it's detected my Xbox controller. Now, the weird thing about this is that you are not playing with your controller. You are emulating a controller with your controller. And to be able to do that, all we have to do is press activate here. Okay. You can see when I press activate, my car has suddenly stopped being silly, and now the steering wheel is in place. So you will need to go into your iRacing setup here if you have your control set up already, and you will need to calibrate all. So I'll just do that real quick. It's fairly simple. It's self-explanatory. It's important that you don't mess with that before you're set up. And that's the calibration complete. So once you've got the calibration done, you are set up. And all you need to do now is go into TrueAxis. And I like to set the dead zone in here. I use 3%. So that's all right for me. I get a little bit of stick drift. You can see the stick drift is about 3% for me. So, and the most important part of the video will be this. This is my silver bullet right here for playing the controller on iRacing, or playing the controller on iRacing. That makes it sound like a musical instrument. For playing iRacing with the controller, right? So you want to turn this on. Limit maximum steering angle. Now, I would play with this if I were you. I have found for the Mazda, 80% is good. Yeah, so basically, I forgot to explain in the actual video what limit maximum steering angle is. It's basically just it's lowering your sensitivity. It limits the range of your steering, so that if you could do 180 degrees, now you can do 90 or whatever. So there you go. Just thought I'd pop and explain that. What I have found is that I will kind of find the lowest steering limit I can go for, with 80% being my minimum, pretty much so far. I think I've gone down to 75 for one or two cars, but 80% tends to do pretty well on all the cars I've driven. And to really show you how important this tool is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive a couple of laps. I'll do one out lap, and I'll drive a couple of laps without this on, and then I'll drive a couple of laps with this on. Okay, so I'll turn that off, and then let's get out in the car. and I'll be back with you when I do my first hot lap. Now would be a good time to talk about different stick techniques. So some people like to push their stick. I'll try and do a visual representation of this on screen. Some people like to push their sticks up, so their steering stick up, and what that does is it allows them to follow the stick around the top and get more consistent inputs. Now, I don't feel like this is necessary personally. I just use the stick as normal. I have it in a neutral position, and I push it left to turn left, and I push it right to turn right. And that's how I've always done it, and I tried the other technique, and I hated it. It might just be that I have way more practice with my current technique, so I would absolutely recommend, you know, trying out the other technique. But you know, I don't find it necessary, and I think that, to be honest, it just puts more strain on your fingers. But you know, I'm not a physical therapist or anything. I'm not gonna pretend that I know anything about, like, you know, how joints work or anything like that. Well, not those kinds of joints anyway. But okie doke, here we come into comparison laps, so we can have a look at what it looks like side by side. I was originally going to do them separately, but I kind of watched them like separate, and it didn't look like there was a single difference. But you can see here, I can be a lot more gentle with the steering. Gives me a much better run into T2. You can see again, nice gentle steering into that corner. Whereas I think the without is a little more tetchy. You can definitely tell a difference, at least I can. Here I think it's fairly simple, you know. I get a better run, but I think it's just because, or I think I get a better run anyway. But I think it's just, you know, you can do this corner fairly easily. Now this is a world of difference, because you can tell with my ability to manage the weight of the car through the corner is much better due to the consistency. I find it far more comfortable. Shut up, me. Trying to commentate. I forgot about that bit. But yeah, you really can see side by side how much different, you know, and gentler the steering can be. I can definitely feel the difference in corners like that, where you have to kind of be a bit lighter on the steering. Thank you, me. No, there you go. She's got a point. I got a 1 second better time, so that should kind of tell you a little bit about how that smoothness helps. There you go. Spin myself out just for good luck. But yeah, no, I hope you can kind of see the difference between having the limit on and off. Like I say, I will put anything in the description that's needed to download it and anything like that. So, you know, eat your heart out, break a leg, have fun, enjoy, and see you on the track.
I can't stop thinking about my dinner. We're having lamb steaks. I'm really hungry.